And we are recording. Thank you to everyone who is watching this first part of the. Now I'm going to reveal the mystery name of this anime campaign. It's called the Zodiac Ring. Chon, chon, chon. So with us, we have Kevin, Rick, and Alberto. Funny enough, I think Alberto is the only survivor of my online campaigns. Everyone else has died. Tyler and Alberto are the only two survivors. Okay. Kevin, tell us a bit about your character.
So my character is Ake, is his nickname. He is just kind of your typical first-year college student at Neo-Dokyo University, and he has kind of a knack for technology. But other than that, outside of that, he's kind of klutzy, but he has a heart of gold, and he's stood up to things. And he's from the country, from a farming family, so he's a tough guy.
Awesome. Now, Alberto, tell us about your character.
So my character is Tomeliton the Skeleton. A little bit about Tomeliton. He's actually he was once cursed a long time ago, many hundreds, if not over 1,000 years ago, by this witch to never die. That's his curse, unless he brings together these three treasures known as the Heart of Gold, the Soul of Silver, and the Body of Bronze, which doesn't really mean anything to him, but that's all he knows. And he's lived through many lifetimes trying to find these artifacts and has been very unsuccessful. And in his latest adventures, he's before he gave up and decided to pick up where he left off, he was found himself in a Western setting. So he would be classified as a skeleton cowboy, walking around with a 6-shooter and a sawed-off shotgun, as well as a pipe that he likes to smoke out of occasionally.
Very intriguing. Now, Rick, tell us about the Kerminator.
So I am playing the Kerminator. He's a Corellian old technology that was dug up in Ake's back in his farm, in his field. Yeah, he uprooted him and he came to life, and he's been tending away at the farm, doing odd jobs that Ake doesn't like shoveling out the barns and banging on the fences, kind of making sure everything's fixed around the area. He doesn't speak much, but when he does, he has his own typical robo kind of voice, and like Corellians are supposed to be small little frog-like creatures, and Kerminator is a rather large version of that, being only 5'5" tall, which is huge for a Corellian. But he's big, bulky. It looks like a giant, kind of almost like a Ninja Turtle, almost like frog-like. He's very rubbery, has a rubbery outer skin on him, and he just follows Ake's commands.
That's great. The three of them are part of this agency, a newly created agency, the Retrievers. So they are there to recover people, objects, anything that is needed. A bit like the Get Backers version from, if you know that anime or manga. However, they haven't been very successful lately, haven't had too many jobs. But that is about to change. And so it begins. The three of you are currently in the Retrievers building. It's an average 2-story high building. The upper part of the building contains your rooms, and in the ground floor, you have the office. There haven't been too many opportunities for profit lately. You have the television on, and the programs are quite boring for the most part, but something catches your attention. There was this news flash informing you of 4 people that have died in their apartments. The causes of death are unknown yet, and the authorities are not revealing too much in order not to compromise the investigation. But that strikes you as odd compared to the rest of the programs and the news. After that, normal programming is resumed, and you see this episode of an anime boy that simply won't get into the robots.
Well, gee, that's I think that's the best thing that we've seen so far. And I tap on my friend here, Tomelaton, who's been kind of like on a couch, just like sleeping. Hey, we might actually have something to do finally.
Oh yeah, well finally, I think. I mean, my money's running a little dry. Not that I need to eat or sleep or anything, but man, I sure like to get myself some nice smokes. So hopefully this will be good for us.
We can't just sit around here forever.
Shh. Shh. This is my favorite part of Robo Boy. Hold off. And he stares intently at the TV.
Oh, there he goes again.
Ding ding. Suddenly, you hear someone ringing at the door.
Terminator. Open door.
Yes, yes, Commander. Heads over to the door. Opens it.
Before Terminator stands a very strange being. It seems to be a configuration, a diagram of circles, triangles, and squares. It is out of this world. Suddenly, a small mouth manifests from one of the circles and begins to speak. Hello, I am Mr. Astonishing. I have a proposition for you. May I come in?
Well, it certainly ain't pizza. Yes, you may resume your presence. He opens the door wide for him.
Don't try anything funny. I got my eye on you.
You see that a pair of sneakers manifest from underneath this strange being, and it steps gingerly into the office. And it stands there and it says, May I take a seat in one of your fine seats?
Oh, I kind of look around nervously and point to a seat, shaking a little.
The one next to me is taken. You can sit over there.
Terminator closed the door behind him.
I appreciate it. You see this strange floating configuration approach the seat, and from behind, in the lower area, a pair of buttocks manifest themselves, and it takes a seat, and the mouth speaks once more. I cannot find a very valuable object.
What are you looking for?
I call it the artifact. It is a small cube that can grant any wish.
Any wish?
Any wish, but it is still in the process of being perfected. When I first created the cube, I requested world domination, but it didn't grant me my wish. And mind you, I would have been a very benevolent ruler, but my wish did not come true. But then I asked for a pair of sneakers, and look, once again it manifests those sneakers underneath it. My wish was granted. And I was sitting at the park in a bench, the bench closest to the flying pig in the flying pig park. I just stepped away from the bench. It was about 8 p.m. And when I came back, the object was missing, and the bench as well.
Intriguing.
Well, this definitely isn't math homework.
Take my pipe. Take a nice big smoke. All right. You have my attention. What else you have got?
That's the only thing. It is very important. I hope you will be able to find my up. He's interrupted as two beams of energy go, one through the wall, one through the window, and misses Ake and this strange being by a few inches. Each beam almost hit Ake, and this strange being, and before he dematerializes into a swirl of energy, he says, "You may call me Mr. Astonishing, and please protect me. I don't know who they are." And he goes under a flower pot.
Hit the ground, Commander!
Roll initiative.
Alrighty.
What did Ake roll?
6.
What did Tomeloton roll?
7.
What did the Terminator roll?
1.
It is now Tomeloton's chance to act.
Oh, geez. This is partner. This isn't what I expected to go down, but this is definitely something interesting. Got to keep our wits above us, otherwise we're going to be in hot water. I decide to. I'm looking around to really get an idea as to what's actually happening outside of the beams coming in suddenly and nearly missing Ake by an inch.
You managed to catch the glimpse of something silvery and brown flashing by. It seems to be flying around outside of the building.
Flying around. I whip out my six-shot revolver and attempt to take aim and see if I can shoot this flying silvery figure. With my
Roll
gun.
either powerful or slippery.
Powerful. Slippery. Highest 6.
You manage to score a hit. And down falls this. It can only be described as a cultist with a rocket pack. It is dressed in cultist robes and falls to the street. And you hear a crashing sound just in the upper floor. Now is the time for Ake.
So I want to go run quickly over to it, and I'm going to look over my shoulder. Nice shot, Tommy! And I bend over it. Is the rocket pack still intact?
You wanted to do just that, but because no action was taken, you have missed your action. Suddenly, a couple of cultists holding what could be described as ray rifles start shooting at the Terminator.
I think I understand.
Terminator, roll resilience.
Nine.
The Terminator easily deflects all of the beam attacks. And now Tomeloton has a chance to act.
Dodging the heavy fire and trying to not get hit by any of the ricocheting beams that Terminator is deflecting from himself. I roll around and attempt to try to knock over and trip over one of these occultists and see if I can use that as leverage.
That's an automatic success. One of the cultists has fallen down. Now Ake has the chance to act.
Okay. I'd like to take the rocket pack off of the cultist and put it on and fly at one of the other cultists. Try to tackle him.
You wanted to do just that, but you're having trouble because no action has been taken. Now, the remaining standing cultist, fires at Ake. Ake did not
I
move.
dive in front of Aki.
Roll slippery.
Okay.
5.
The Terminator takes the hits. Terminator suffers 1 point of damage.
Protecting you, Aki. Any orders?
Because the Terminator has taken action, he cannot act for this moment. Tomeloton is ready once more.
Okay, I know you've never been in a fight, kid, and this is probably your first time. But you gotta stop thinking about things, and you gotta start doing things, lad. Otherwise, you're gonna be in hot water. I decide to roll around, continue dodging all this heavy fire, and attempt to knock down another cultist and bring him to the ground as well.
Roll slippery.
One, I'm going to burn 1 point of powerful. 5.
For a split second, Tomelton thinks about if he is skilled in that action that he has taken. If Tomelton is not skilled in that action, he won't be able to take a chance.
I take a quick glance to look around to see if there's anything that I can perceive to be something that we can use to our advantage to continue to take out these occultists in the room.
As Tomelton does that, he misses his chance, but he notices that a locker is close to one of the cultists. Now it's Ake's time to act.
Okay, so I will take the rocket pack off the cultist, put it on, and go after the last one. What is it? Trying to tackling him.
You now have the rocket pack on, but because Ake was willing to do things instead of doing, he misses his turn.
Okay.
Now the enemy tries to get up. Both cultists stand up and try to readjust their weapons. The Terminator has the chance to act.
Terminator attacks. It goes forwards and goes ahead and punches one of the cultists.
Roll powerful.
His big rubbery fist hits with a 9, hopefully.
The skull of the cultist is crushed completely. One cultist remains, and it's trying to run away. Now it is time for Tomelton to act.
I run after the cultist and attempt to I don't attempt. I run into the cultist and I catch up and I try to take him down, and we both fall with me on top of him, trying to and
Roll either
so,
powerful or
attempting-
slippery to see if you can accomplish that.
slippery. 8.
The cultist is taken down, and you have completely secured him. Now Ake is able to act.
So I will retort against the others and say, cultists. Well, let me think. What do I want to say? I'm sorry. What is it? We have one of you. We will have the rest at some point. Get down. I don't know. I couldn't think of it.
The cultist suddenly looks at Ake and he says, You will never defeat our lady. And he cracks his teeth. His teeth, and suddenly foam starts to flow from the cultist's mouth. The cultist appears to have died. But suddenly Ake realizes that he may have been under some sort of mind control. He was, instead of doing things, he was constantly willing to do things he was not doing. And suddenly the control is broken. Mr. Astonishing comes out from under the flower pot and says, Who were those guys?
We thought you would know.
Partner, I think you got a lot of explaining to do.
So I will go and see. There should be a file for this in the database. So I'm going to look on the organization's computer and see if I can find this organization, more information.
Roll computer.
Computer, okay. And well, computer's a skill. So which
Computer wise.
Weiss, okay. Ten.
There is so little information about cultists with rocket packs and ray guns, but that in itself is a clue. It could be either an unknown cult or a newly formed cult. And Ake realizes that he still has that effect of constantly willing things instead of doing things. He suddenly reconnects with his body and remembers, I look for information.
I look for information.
And that's the only information that you manage to find.
Digging through this this newly deceased occultist member with great perception, I searched through his belongings to see if I can find anything of values, perhaps an insignia or a note or anything that could give us a clue of the sort.
Much to everyone's disgust, the cultist is completely naked underneath. And it is an average-looking individual, but with no other belongings except the brown robes, the ray guns, and the rocket packs.
What a waste of skin.
I'm gonna pick up a ray gun and show it to Kerminator and say, "Have you seen this before?"
Grabs it. Negative, Commander.
So it's
Once
new.
again, Ake is under the effect of I'm gonna, I wanna, I will. He needs to break free from that mind control.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so brand new, everything, technology, people.
Yes,
Who would
sir.
know more? Who would
I
know
do not
more?
know, sir. I do not know. I only know Carolian technology, sir.
I take out my pipe and take a quick smoke to ease my tension, and I look towards Mr. Astonishing and I say, so, Mr. Astonishing, when you made this wish for world domination, did you notice anyone becoming hostile or trying to take you down? Anyone that looked like one of these people?
No, in fact, when a wish comes true, the machine, the artifact, glows with a bright yellow color. But nothing happened. I have no idea who these people are. Will you please find my object? Are you capable of doing that?
Yes, we will find it.
What's the pay?
I am willing to pay you 1,000 Neo Dokyo yen.
Make it 2,000. We got a deal.
Agreed.
Agreed, partner. Happy to do business with you.
One of its triangles manifests a hand to shake it.
Excellent. All right. Can you tell us anything else about these pursuing cultists that you've possibly seen before? Anything else that are going to help us to help you find this artifact that you're looking for?
The triangles, circles, the squares start to move from one place to another as if in deep thought. And the being says, I have absolutely no idea. Have never seen something like it before. Have never been attacked in my happy stay in this dimension. I don't know what is going on. The only thing that I know is that I took my little artifact to the park, left it on a bench at 8 p.m. near the flying pig statue, and then it was gone.
Exhaling some smoke. A pig statue. All right. And that's the last place that you've seen this artifact.
Yes.
All right. Well, I suppose that's a decent start. What do you boys think?
Let's fly to the pig.
Sounds like a great place to investigate. Yes, Commander.
And so you go to the park. The park is not far away from your building. This is the Flying Pig Park. And after arriving, you can clearly see the huge flying pig statue. And there is a bench near the statue, but you can also see an octopod, a strange octopus being. sitting on the bench, gingerly drinking and eating from several snacks and drinks that he has on each of his tentacles.
Good day, partner. I hope I'm not bothering you today, but I'd like to inquire you a quick question. There's a bench right over there, and have you seen anyone leaving some sort of unusual device or anything of the sort?
Tomeleton needs to roll charming.
Four.
The octopus takes a slurp from one of its drinks and says, I don't know. I've only been here for 30 minutes.
Hey, kid. Okay. I'm not the most socially gifted, as you can tell by my skeletal appearance. You think you could try to talk your way into getting some information out of this thing?
I look around a little bit and I say, well, it's not going to get any less strange. I'll give it a shot. And I walk over to the closer to the octopus and say, look, this is a big problem. Everybody's gonna be in trouble if you don't help us with anything you know.
This is an automatic success. The octopus looks very worried. The trouble? What do you mean by trouble?
I mean, flying cultists, earth-shaking violence. The end of Neo Tokyo.
And he means it.
The octopus drops a candy bar and a bag of chips, and he says, well, all that I can tell you is that there is this urban legend. I don't know if it's true, but they say that the benches at the park, they move around at night.
Moving benches.
At night.
Why?
I don't know. I have no clue, but the urban legend is very popular. There must be some truth to it, right? Some truth to it.
All right. Everything's going to be fine. We will find this. So, looks like we should probably wait until this evening. See what's going on with these moving benches. And hopefully that'll lead us to what's happening.
Maybe we should ask the other witness, Commander.
Other witness?
Yes. Him.
Terminator.
He points over at the giant pig statue.
Oh. I look up at the statue.
Terminator approaches the pig statue. You know something, don't you? Bunk, 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 bunk. Tell us everything.
I look for any kind of electronics, or maybe this thing has a spirit or something. And I focus on any little thing that might help us.
You are completely certain that the statue is quite average, although Terminator's action made a bird fly from the statue, but that's it.
See, Commander, spies everywhere.
That was eventful.
Thank you for your vigilance, Terminator. At ease.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. These benches, they move at night. But that doesn't mean that we can't inspect the other benches. I look around to see if my perception can pick up on anything else that could potentially give us a lead.
And I'll run right over to a different bench and look at it closely with I have a cell phone, so I'm sure that I have a application that'll let me look at it at least closer, telescope it, something like that.
Kerminator is looking around for any visual cue on a possible park map that shows rest stop areas that would indicate possibly other benches and how many benches we have.
Everyone, roll wise. What did Ake obtain?
10.
Tomeleton.
9.
Terminator.
3.
When it comes to Ake and Tomeleton, they are completely certain that these benches are normal. There is nothing strange about them. Tomeleton notices that the park looks so average. Just a few benches here and there, some flowers, people walking by, aliens walking by as usual in Neo Tokyo. Terminator is not exactly sure. However, he did spot that there were tracks in the grass. They seem to be boot tracks, but very heavy.
Interesting, Commander. There are tracks right over here. And he indicates.
I'll run over and see if I can follow. Well, I'll follow them.
It is very strange because the tracks are simply just there, a pair of tracks, but they don't seem to keep going.
Flying, probably. Look straight up from where the tracks are.
You see nothing.
It seems related.
Well,
I think we might be waiting.
I do recall Mr. Astonishing being the type of person to manifest shoes and a set of buttocks when he would sit down. Perhaps these are his prints when he was last here. That would explain why the tracks don't go anywhere.
That also may be it. Or it may have been a cultist that took off. But I think we might just have to do a stakeout.
Terminator with the new information roll-wise.
9.
Terminator is absolutely certain that perhaps Mr. Astonishing put too much pressure and it could match his souls.
Interesting, Commander. It appears that this could be Mr. Astonishing's footprints.
I look around in this area, see if there's anything here.
Roll-wise.
Rolling wise. Let's see, 4. I'm going to burn a resilient to reroll. 8.
For a moment, Ake thinks if there is some sort of skill that is related to this action.
Let's see. Computers, if I'm using some kind of application, I will say I'm using, again, some application that's one of those augmented reality things. See if it can help me.
You find nothing noteworthy. It is quite clear that there is nothing of interest here.
I'm looking around and I begin walking to see if I can talk to any more witnesses, but I fall victim to one of my a quirk of mine. I just sometimes my bones just cripple me, and my knee just has a shooting pain, and I kneel over and hold my knee for a moment to try to ease the pain.
Everyone at the park seems to be walking around normally, although a small kid pointed at Tomeleton and says, "Look, mommy, a walking skeleton." "Don't look at it, dearie." And they move away.
You're gonna look like me one day, kid. I promise you that.
So I'll rush up to Melatonin. "Oh, Tomig, not again!" And instead of being able to help him up, he puts me into the ground as I help him up. And this is my clumsy quirk.
And it happens just like that.
Hey kid, at least you got some skin on you. I gotta walk around as a set of bones. This really grinds my gears once in a while.
Look, we're gonna find this, okay? I'm telling you. We just stake this out, and we'll see what happens this evening.
You notice that it is about 2 p.m.
Okay. What can we do?
Well, I'll tell you what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna sit in this spot for 8 hours plus just so we can watch some benches move around. I say that if anything, we continue to look around, get some intel, get some questions answered, and if we have nothing by nighttime, maybe we can watch the benches move around.
Kerminator will calculate how long it's been that that Mr. Astonishing has lost the item, and will calculate how many bench movements have possibly occurred, if that is the case.
Kerminator attempts that, but because Kerminator is willing to do something, there is an error in his programming, and he obtains no information for the moment.
Glitch.
I look up into the sky and wondering and thinking how we could contact Mr. Astonishing. Not yelling, but I speak loudly enough. Mr. Astonishing, if you can hear us, if you could come down and show your face and talk to us, it'll help for you to be on the scene with us right now.
There is no response.
All right. He doesn't respond that way. We're on our own, gentlemen.
We came from nothing, so to nothing he shall be. We could ask just talking to the other two, we could go ask the local police if they've had any problems that are similar. We've seen on the TV that there have been some people that have also disappeared. I'm sure they must be connected. And then we will go to the local police department or local authorities.
Sounds like a solid plan, Commander.
You go to the police station, and they don't provide much information. They are too focused on the cases of people dying, but they don't find a connection with your current situation.
Curious, Commander. I wonder if there are many more other strange occurrences that aren't being reported. Perhaps we should look around or ask.
So after we do that, we go back towards the park between where our headquarters is and the park, and we ask people around and see if anybody else has seen anything weird or knows some of the people that have disappeared.
Commander, before we leave, maybe we should ask the police receptionist if there has been any other reports of strange weirdness.
Did we already do that? I think. Looking up into the sky, looking around at the police department. I guess
you have already obtained all of the information that the police could provide.
It's good to double back sometimes, Kerminator, but in this instance, we need to abort the mission and seek a new one.
Very good, sir. Keyboard sad narrative.
Taking a puff of my black pipe and exhaling, I turn to Ake and Kerminator and I say, so we were in this park called Flying Pig Park, and this device disappeared close to this pig statue. That's what we know so far, and there's footprints, or boot prints, I should say, in the grass. Did anybody happen to notice any flying pigs in this flying pig park?
Maybe we should go back, see if that's what's happening. So we go back to the park, see if we can. And I still have the jetpack on, so I will fly up to the top of the statue. See if I'm not sure how big it is, but go up to the top of it.
You can easily accomplish that, but you find no clue, nothing noteworthy, nothing that could be related to the current situation.
I still think we should interrogate this thing.
It's okay.
Looking around, I try to perceive if there's any security cameras that would be capturing footage of this particular area of the park where we are, where the device went missing.
There are no security cameras, but you notice that it is about 5 p.m. as you have been carrying out these investigations.
Very interesting. I still say we interrogate this imposter. He goes over to the big pig and starts checking it over a little bit, looking for any kind of compartments or anything out of the ordinary on this statue.
Oh, you want to harass a piece of rock? Be my guest, Terminator. Take another puff of my black pipe, and I exhale once again.
Terminator finds nothing whatsoever.
So, you're not going to talk, are you? He looks it up and down. Well, maybe intimidation will work. Goes around to the statue.
Terminator. Attention.
Yes, sir.
There must be somebody here that's seen something. We will continue to talk to anybody that may have been around, like shopkeeper or little noodle stand man.
As you continue to talk to people, you find no information whatsoever. They haven't seen anything. They have been busy with their own things. They actually start to look at you as if you are some sort of weird group for asking some strange questions. And now it is close to 8 p.m. Terminator has repaired its damage from the attack of the cultists.
Don't worry about being an outcast, boys. You could learn how to get used to it.
Terminator goes.
Man, who thought this investigation stuff would be so hard?
I walk around away from the area and just walk around the park in a clockwise motion, seeing if there's anything else that I can pick up on that's going to give us some sort of lead.
Roll wise.
6.
It could be a trick of Tomelaton's imagination, but at times the park looks smaller and other times larger.
I'm not sure if this is just me, guys. I'm not sure if I'm losing my mind, but I don't know if you guys can see in the distance, things seem to go bigger and then smaller. It's hard to explain. It's kind of dreamy like. That's all I'm seeing.
Interesting. Maybe it's part of some sort of extra dimensional portal or something.
I really wish we could find this thing.
Don't worry, Commander. We're on the job. We will find it.
Terminator needs to roll wise.
3.
For a moment, Terminator was about to analyze such distortion, but it's beyond his software.
No
I think
offense to you, Frog Boy, but let a real man handle this. I look at the distortion, see if I can find anything else that I can piece together some information and try to see what I can perceive.
This is an automatic failure. It is beyond Tomalaton's knowledge or perception.
I take back what I said, Frog Boy.
Don't worry. You are more man than I am.
Now
There
it's
has to-
about to be 8 p.m.
Wait a minute. What
I'll
if
take-
something is about to happen?
Let's what is it? Terminator, take up defensive position.
Yes, sir, Commander. He goes ahead and gets himself on top of the bench and looks around. Ready for battle.
Suddenly, Terminator falls down as the bench beneath him starts running around, similar to a horse. And many of the benches are moving towards the center of the park, and they just disappear at the very center.
Follow that bench. Terminator
Yeah.
goes after it.
Now, I will
Alright.
follow Terminator.
Right behind.
The moment you reach the center, you are pulled into what appears to be some sort of pocket dimension version of the park. You see a huge clearing. And in the center of that clearing, you see all of the benches forming a circle. They are constantly moving about, but they are all within a circle formation. And in the center of that circle, you see two strange individuals. One of them is a man in fine physical condition, dressed with a huge metallic armor with pig embellishments. He even has like a little metal pig tail. And next to him, just lying in the grass as if it were a day at the beach, there is a very voluptuous woman wearing bikini male armor, barely covering her, extremely voluptuous, and she has green hair. The armor looks like to follow the motifs of reptile or snake scales. And she is just yawning, looking bored. And you start to hear this conversation happening between them. The man speaks. Now I, the pig knight, Leonidas, will serve our goddess of the Zodiac. And the woman answers, don't forget about Kuroyuki, the most faithful and beautiful servant of the Zodiac goddess. Yes, of course. We will do her bidding and we will attain eternal glory. Oh, 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 oh. And she laughs. And they are just laughing nonstop.
So, and then I break in and say, so does that serving? Does it involve a certain cube?
The two of them look at Ake with surprised eyes. Who are you? Says the man.
I am Ake, and you will give me the cube.
Yes, you will give him the cube. I come in behind him.
I sneak away behind a tree in case I need to make a move later on.
Everyone roll initiative. What is Ake's results?
Is it just 1d10? Sorry, I thought it was 2.
2 10-sided dice.
Right, so 16.
What is Tomelaton's result?
7.
What is Terminator's results?
Same, 7.
Tomelaton will act first. Ake has the chance to act before everyone else.
Okay. And I apologize. What is the name of our group again? I need to write it down.
Ake remembers the retrievers.
The Retrievers. That's right.
Ake remembers that it is completely forbidden to ask questions to no one in particular. Ake seems to be under some sort of time distortion or space distortion strain. Everything can be obtained by remembering.
Okay. Sorry. So I remember the name of our group. Retrievers.
The retrievers.
Okay. So I and my friend are the Retrievers, and there is nothing that we can't retrieve.
Yeah!
Now the Terminator has a chance to act.
He opens his mouth. Bull, kind of like a bullfrog. His front inflates, and he goes ahead and uses the Chai Blast towards the main not the woman, but the other guy.
Roll powerful.
Six is my highest.
All of the benches form a shield to protect the pig knight, but the benches are destroyed. And now Tameladon has his chance.
Oh, you have your...
It seems Tameladon is making no noise as he stealthily moves about.
I am running in a semi-half circle around the man and the woman. And in order to distract them as well as get a chance to have a shot at the woman in particular.
Roll slippery.
4.
Suddenly, from out of her cleavage, a dozen snakes manifest and create a shield protecting her. And she looks very angry. How dare you! And she unleashes a barrage of dozens and dozens of snakes flying towards Tameladon.
I roll and jump out of the way as fast as possible.
Roll slippery.
6.
You easily accomplish that. You are safe. And now the knight looks at Ake and it says, You are just a boy compared to one of the knights of the Zodiac. And he points at you and says, Divine pigsty! And you see a ridiculous pigsty almost falling on top of you, Ake.
I put my hands up and try to push through it as it's coming down on me.
It's an automatic failure, and Ake takes damage as the pigsty almost crushes him completely. It is a miracle that he is still alive. But Ake has his chance to act now.
I'm fine. So I turn on the rocket pack and fly towards the two of them, grabbing the cube.
Roll either powerful or slippery.
Okay. And let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. 4.
Ake misses completely, flies in a very clumsy way. However, he realizes that they don't have the cube. At least you don't see it anywhere. And now the Terminator has the chance to act.
It's not here.
Kerminator engages the man by approaching it and starts coming towards it, going and starts attacking.
Roll powerful.
3 is his best.
Your attacks almost bounce off the armor of the man, and he's laughing. And now Tomelaton is free to act again.
While running and continuing to dodge all the projectiles being thrown our way, I'm looking around to see if there's anything that I can find an opening and perhaps to use as leverage against the fight against these two.
You see that this terrain is completely featureless, although one of the benches is still intact but unmoving.
I run over to this bench and I kick this bench to try to have it slide over and knock one, if not both of these, both of our enemies to the floor and hopefully trying to trip them.
Roll powerful.
6.
The woman is taken down. The man's armor is so solid, he doesn't fall down, but she is off balance completely on the ground. She falls with a oof, and you can actually attack at this time.
All right. Instead of attacking, I bend down, I grab her by the neck, and I hold my 6-shot revolver to her head and holding her as a hostage and demand, hey, if you want her alive, you're going to have to answer a few questions for us.
As you take her, you notice that it is an illusion created of snakes, completely of snakes.
Ooh,
And she
not
was in
bad.
another area completely.
Not bad.
Now the knight aims at the Terminator and says, "Slippery pig!" And he starts flying at you at full speed. He pushes you away, trying to push you away as he flies towards you.
Kerminator braces as he is resilient.
Roll resilience.
10.
The man bumps into you and it is completely off balance. He seems to be in a very vulnerable position. And Ake notices this. He is ready to act.
So I will retort at him. There's only one way. There's only one reason that you would be here, and it is for the cube. Where is it?
Ake took too long willing to do something, but he did not act. So now it is the time for Terminator to act.
Kerminator winds up and kapow at the knight.
Roll powerful.
Gets an 8.
The moment your metallic fist connects, the knight, you hear a crunch, a crack, and the knight falls backwards, just making a sound of "oh!" And then he starts to blink in and out, and he turns into a small cracked metallic coin with the image or icon of a pig. Now Tomelaton can act.
I quickly run over, grab the coin, inspect it, and put it in my pocket. I quickly look around to see if I can see the female, and if I do, I run over to pursue her.
Roll wise.
8.
You see that she's running away in a particular direction where the area around seems to be distorting in some way. She's almost there, and you see that she's using the snakes that come out of her cleavage to open some sort of portal. Now Ake can act.
I'm going to use or pull out one of the ray guns and shoot at the portal to try and disable it.
Ake was going to do just that, but he is having trouble with the gun because he did not act in time. It is now the time for Terminator to act.
Terminator pursues. Starts going after her.
Roll either powerful or resilience.
Resilience is it what I use. 9.
You barely miss her. She goes into the portal, but you can see that the portal is about to close, but by your calculations, you can hold it open.
He braces. Come on, men! Proceed through the portal!
Let's go, kid. I grab Ake and attempt to, we run towards the portal to make it in time.
Yes, I'll run with them.
You all enter the portal safely. You are now back at the park, but the woman is nowhere to be seen. It is night, just like the time when you entered the portal. But you do notice a brown feather in front of you, and there seems to be a message attached to that feather.
I'll grab the feather and read it.
The message reads, "What is happening is not what you think is actually happening. There is more to this."
Take out my black pipe. Take a nice
I'll hand the feather to him.
And I say to the boys, regardless of what else is happening out here, we're given a job to find this cube for Mr. Astonishing. And as far as I'm concerned, we're going to do just that. But let's continue to move forward.
So we have the coin now too.
Yeah, I pull the coin out of my pocket and show it to everyone else, Ake and Terminator, to take a look at the pig face on the coin.
As you do just that, the camera zooms into the coin, and then the anime ending starts to play with the credits.
Nice.
We are now out of character.
And I'm so sorry. I'm misunderstanding some of the way that I need to say things.
Yeah, I think. When was the last time you participated as a player?
It's been a while. I think that it's, yeah, the asking is just like, this is what I want to do. That's just, I just need to take the want out of it. And
yeah, the only things that you need to fix is the I'm gonna, I will, I'm gonna know. I like Alberto and Rick. They always like, I do this, I attempt this. Like, think selfish. I. That's the key. Or speaking third person, like Rick, sometimes he referred to his character in third person. And remember, the other thing, when you want to recall something, say something like, I try to remember if I have seen this thing before, or I try to remember, and that's it. But that things went fine despite that. What do you think about this session?
I think it's great. I think it actually was some character development for me to, kind of be confused. So, and yes, I do GM a lot more than I play. So that's probably part of it. But yes, I think next session I'll be much more prepared and understand.
Yes, it's interesting and surprising. And I'm just playing along with it. So with the anime kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. I like it.
I actually think it's quite fitting that that playing as Ake, who is supposed to be this everyday normal person, people wouldn't normally know what to do in a fight. They would just be a bystander, or they kind of freeze. And it's kind of you with the I will, or I'm gonna do this, and kind of not able to take that action is sort of, in a way, in character with
it fits.
It fits. So it's like there's sort of this interesting dynamic between trying to role play, really role play, but that that not necessarily going super smoothly, that's in line with your character. So it actually kind of works in a funny way. So it does
Yeah.
pave the way for character development. So
But this
that's
was a good
interesting.
intro, because I think it's just that would just be the way that people that I would have had people talk in my games, just as in, I'm going to do this, as in, this is the mode. But I can definitely see how that can kind of take you out of things if you're really immersed into things.
Yes, because it's all about the present, in the moment, taking your action.
Yeah.
Just like in real life, I'm not saying I am going to run a session. No, I'm running the session right now.
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
But yes, I think that it was just perfectly fine. I had a lot of fun.
I am actually quite surprised because Rick, you've been like 10 years, right, without participating as a player, or how many years or months?
Oh, well, it's been since I think 2010 maybe that I've ever been a player. So it's been a while, been a long while.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All I did was kind of just do what my NPCs would do if I was a game master, right?
Mhm.
And I just kind of kept my brain in kind of that kind of mode. So
Mhm.
I think it worked a bit.
Yeah, I love your character.
No, it was always fun seeing a character going hurrah, 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 hurrah. That's a very anime thing. So that
Kind of
was
like
really
JoJo
fun.
or Fist of the North
Exactly.
Star.
Yes, very
Exactly.
JoJo. I love JoJo. That's fun.
Okay. Well, thanks to everyone who has been watching this session. We are going to continue in 2 weeks because I think Rick is going to be busy this Wednesday, right? So we're going to continue.
If we can play after 5, that would be okay.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Because my work ends at 5 and then I get home. So if that works with everybody, we can do
so around the same time, more or less.
Just a little later.
More or less a little bit later. Yes.
A bit.
I think
okay.
we're at the same. We're in the same time zone, Central.
So
Uh-huh.
half an hour.
Mountain.
Half an hour different.
Okay. Well, and again, thanks to everyone. If you have any comments or questions, please let us know in the comments section. If you wish to support the channel, the information is in the description. And as always, remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. I am stopping the recording in 10 seconds.
And just learn from my example. Don't not roleplay.